Our next VirtualPreneur Summit speaker is a seasoned virtual entrepreneur. Kamni Gupta was recently named as one of the top 19 crowdfunding experts by Inc. magazine. Ms. Gupta has his impressive record of scaling global businesses, driving hypergrowth and strategic marketing. Ms. Gupta has an impressive career track with most recently being named as Chief Marketing Officer at NexGen Dreams and DreamFund.com. Ms. Gupta's calling is to help purpose-driven organizations to achieve clarity of identity, expression, and experience by delivering clear and hard-hitting solutions that inspires action and drive impact. Virtualpreneurs, our next speaker, Kamni Gupta.
Thanks for having me, Ruben. I really appreciate it and this opportunity to share the knowledge with entrepreneurs and people trying to make their dreams come true, especially during these times, is very important. And I'm an avid believer in giving back. So a little bit about myself. I am a startup enthusiast who is heavily involved in Startup Weekend, and I run 2 brick and mortar businesses that are in logistics. So I own 2 franchise UPS stores, and I am also a branding coaching specialist. My motivation in helping others with their brands and credibility is something a lot of people ask me about. When I left corporate America and we started the brick and mortars and invested in them, I still had my marketing agency and we decided to pivot. I have a crowdfunding background, which makes me very empathetic towards the 9-to-5 who are trying to leave that behind so they can, for example, launch a barbecue sauce that they created. It's not unheard of for people who know how to market themselves, have a great product, to make it into, Whole Foods, for example. And that's an actual client of mine that we crowdfunded for. So whether it's logo creation, marketing materials, printing, shipping, all logistics, trade shows, we can do all of that for you, including social media marketing. So my agency is basically feet on the ground, grassroots, but we are your entire marketing department outsourced. And what makes us different is that you actually get a person to talk to. And I know that's rare these days because most companies hire someone and it's, hey, I hired them, I paid them a lot of money, and I don't know how all this works. So we're heavily focused on brands learning how to be credible, how to be visible, and then educating them before we empower them to take some action behind it. And that's really near and dear to me. That's really important right now, especially given the pandemic that's happening. All small business owners are suffering. A lot of our clients are small business owners because that's what we're hyper focused on. And what I'm advising everyone, including the person, the mom that's been working, that's at home, that wants to start something, let's say her own virtual assistance business, do not throw away thousands of dollars at a course, because the course is only going to maybe give you the tools to launch that business. That's it. It's up to you to put the actions behind it. So when someone is telling you, hey, I can make you 6 figures consistently, just buy my course and you can even finance my course, be just careful and do your research and look up what companies they've created and make sure they're just not selling you the hustle, which is, hey, I made 6 figures selling it to you, so then now you can use that to what? You're not going to be able to make 6 figures doing that. So just make sure you look that up. And as far as how the outbreak has been for myself, it's a topic of conversation with everybody, and we've been lucky. So when we left corporate America, and I say we because my husband and I did it at the same time, back to back, maybe months in between. And we entered and bought a franchise, which is interesting because you would think we'd do a startup. It's very much a startup. We were new to the world of print and logistics, but we learned, and it took about 2 years for us to kind of get our feet wet enough and grounded in the business. But we're 3 years in, and here's this pandemic, and we're open normal hours, and we've maintained all of our employees, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that we can keep them there. We've given them the mask, the gloves, we've put in practicing social distancing in our stores, but what is phenomenal to me is how essential the service really is. We have stay-at-home moms that are coming in and printing everything for homeschooling. We have free banners that we're giving away to restaurants. So we're printing them out in-house, and they can come pick it up and put it that they're doing drive-through orders. And that's essential because they need to make money. So I love that we're able to help that way. We have discounts going on for every service you can imagine, notary, faxing, scanning, all that, because everybody's trying to get paperwork, whether it's to IRS or to get employment, anything. If you're showing up, we have a discounted way of helping you. And that feels really good because I feel lucky that we're able to stay open. And that's been the thought that we've all had lately is, how is this going to change the way we do business from now on? Now, granted, UPS as a whole has done a great job. We have an online platform, which is very underutilized. And so for me and my marketing agency, we are making a huge push right now. I actually hired 2 people right before the pandemic and going into self-quarantine to build an e-commerce set behind all the services we have, because we have a holistic marketing ecosystem and most people don't know that. Where else can you go somewhere and they will do everything for you? So it's been nice to be able to help people in that regard. One of the things that I've been telling a lot of people is that it's okay to not be okay. Another thing that sounds so cliche to say, but that's not true. For myself, I was so busy between the 2 businesses, then the agency. We have 2 children, 4 and 2. That's a lot for anybody. And we're so used to being busy that we don't stop and recognize our successes. The first 2 weeks of being in quarantine is when I stopped and thought about, wow, like we have built this amazing business for ourselves and it's doing well. And I finally removed some guilt and gave myself credit for what I have accomplished. And I encourage everybody to do this exercise. Sit down, think about all you've done right in your life and give yourself credit, because we need that. We never stop and tell ourselves that. And if there's any message of hope that I would have for small business owners in a time like this, recognize what you've built. It took time to get here and you can rebuild. Get creative, get online. One of the things I discussed with Carlos Gill today when we went live together on Instagram was restaurants. Go online and do a cooking show. Just put on a show how you're going to have Taco Tuesday if you pick up their set of taco kits that you're going to make. And it could be a thing where your family can watch it on the stories. You can get orders in. And at the same time, it becomes something for families to do that binds and bonds them together. It's a holistic way of giving back and also making sure that you can take care of your restaurant and your employees. And that's just a small example. So I think we always come together in crisis, and that's what everybody should be doing. At least that's all I have been telling all my clients. So if they're fearful and they've frozen their advertising dollars, that's okay. I know that affects my pocketbook, but I'm here to do the right thing for you and your business. And equally, I know they're going to stick with me because we've been there for them and consulting them and helping them with an exit strategy, survival strategy, and just being hopeful, because that's what we do best as people in general. So build those relationships, reach out to everybody. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. Again, I'm really glad to have been able to participate in this. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Again, my name's Kamni Gupta, and I am the owner and founder at Idea Consulting.